then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, tell me why you hurry so. Hush me, bunch, I'll hush and listen. And his cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain, get you ready quick and soon. For the pipes must be together by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. For the pipes must be together by the rising of the moon. Oh, then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, tell me why you hurry so. Hush me, bunch, I'll hush and listen. And his cheeks were all aglow. I bear orders from the captain, get you ready quick and soon. And the pikes must be together by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. For the pikes must be together by the rising of the moon. Oh, then tell me, Sean O'Farrell, where the gathering is to be. In the old spot by the river, right moments to you and me. One more word for signal token, whistle up the marching tune. With a pike upon his shoulder by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. With a pike upon his shoulder by the rising of the moon. They're down by that singing river, that dark mass of men we see. Far above their silent weapons hung their own beloved green. Death to every foe and traitor, whistle up the marching tune. And around you boys of freedom by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. And around you boys of freedom by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon, by the rising of the moon. And around you boys for freedom by the rising of the moon. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Irish Hour. Sponsored by Guinness Stout. Brilliant. Good to see you all tonight. Welcome to the venue. The live stream from the venue. Owned and operated by the Fox Valley Music Foundation. And these fine musicians are donating their time and talent tonight on behalf of the venue. So all the donations you make tonight go directly to the venue so we can keep our doors open. So thank you so much. So, we are the Irish Mystics. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Wait, hey, up she rises. Wait, hey, up she rises early in the morning. Well, what do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Put him in bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in bed with the captain's daughter early in the morning. Wait, hey, up she rises. Wait, hey, up she rises. Wait, hey, up she rises early in the morning. Come on. Keep going now. Rises way up, she rises way up, she rises early in the morning. Well, what do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor. Shave his belly with a rusty razor early in the morning. Wait, hey, up she rises. Wait, hey, up she rises. Wait, hey, up she rises early in the morning. Come on, Richie, let's hear it. Way up she rises, way do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Hoo-yah. So we're going to do some a mixture of music tonight. We're going to do the very old Irish songs, and then we're going to do the kind of old Irish songs. So. But all your favorites, right? This is a song my mother loved because she used to clap her hands to it. We need a little more of the harp and the monitor, the harmonica, so we can hear Richie. Well, I've been a wild rover for many years, and I spent all me money on whiskey and beer. And now I have come back with gold in great store, and I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. Clap your hands at home. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. I went into an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlady my money was spent. I asked her for Guinness, she answered me nay. Such a custom as yours I can get any day, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. Then out of me pocket I took sovereigns bright, and that landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She says, I have whiskey and wines are the best. And the words that I said, they were only in jest, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. Come on, Richie. The wild rover, no, never, no more. Come on, remember to clap. And it's no, nay, never. Come on, everybody. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. All righty then. We hope you're having a fine evening. Gearing up for St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. I see the Mayor Lightfoot gave in to 100 million Irish people, giving her dirty looks in her office, and died the River Green. God bless her. She did the right thing, right? So this is a song about, well, you know, you young lads out there, when you're out, you know, trying to date a gal, and you got to meet her father. Sometimes it can be kind of a sticky situation. Especially if the guy's name is Riley. It's another raucous one. Come on, we want you jigging in your living room. Yes, I was sitting by the fire talking to O'Reilly's daughter. Suddenly I thought, come into me mind, I'd like to marry O'Reilly's daughter. Giddy-I-yay, 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 for the one-eyed Riley. Giddy-I-yay, try it on your own big drum. Well, Riley played on a big brass drum. Riley had a mind for murder and slaughter. Riley had a bright red glittering eye, and he kept that eye on his lovely daughter. Giddy-I-yay, 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 for the one-eyed Riley. Giddy-I-yay, try on your own big drum. Well, her hair was black and her eyes were blue. The colonel and the captain and the major sergeant and the private and the trooper boy too, but they never had a chance with Riley's daughter while I was around. Giddy-yi-yi, giddy-yi-yi, for the one-eyed Riley. Giddy-yi-yi, to ride on their own big drum. All right, come on, let's hear a little bit, Andy. So one night, me and the missus are sitting in our living room, minding our own business, watching the YouTube. We're watching the Irish Mystics, by the way. Suddenly a footstep on the stair. Who could be but Riley out for slaughter with 2 pistols in his hand, looking for the rogue and married his daughter. Giddy-yi-yi, 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 for the one-eyed Riley. Giddy-yi-yi, trying on her own big drum. And I grabbed O'Reilly by the hair, rammed his head in a pail of water. Back for Mr. Will. Fired his pistols in the air, and step right quicker than I married his daughter. That's right. Giddy-yi-yi, 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 for the one-eyed Riley. Giddy-yi-yi, trying on her own big drum. Fresh fish. So I'm going to switch guitars. By the way, all the guitars that I'm playing tonight, the instruments, I have a mandolin and a couple guitars, they're all gifts to me. I'm a very fortunate man. This was a gift by the Charles Johnson family. This is my buddy Charlie's guitar. Cracks me up to talk about it. Anyhow, so this was a wonderful gift from their family, and it sounds like butter. Can you hear it okay now, Larry? I noticed I had my volume pedal down. Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to switch to another guitar. That's a gift from my lovely wife, Lynn. Nice Scottish girl. I know it's a mixed marriage. Elizabeth Lynn Glynn. That's why she married me. She wanted my last name. Lynn Glynn. Poor delusional lass. So anyhow, this song I wrote, it's the only original song I'm going to do tonight, or will do tonight. And this is a song that I wrote when I went to visit Ireland. I started writing it before that, and I finished it when I came back. And this is about the folks that got left behind there by the Great Emigration. So my Uncle Tomas and Aunt Eliza were... they were left by the family to run the farm because either they came to America or they became nuns. That was the situation. That was the only way you left home from Ireland. Join the priesthood, become a nun, or hop on the boat. And my grandmother came over on the Celtic Queen around this time, way back when. Anyhow, and this is a song for Tomas and Eliza. It's called Come Ye Back to Ireland. Tell me, when are you coming back again? It's been years since that letter that you sent. We've been sitting by the fire, eve after eve. Oh, why did you ever have to leave? In your letters, I hear of the city. It sounds busy and dirty and gritty. I'm excited to learn every single turn. There's still so much you have to tell me. Tell me, when are you coming back to Ireland? Tell me, when are you coming back to me? It's been years since you've gone. We've been singing all along, calling you back to your home, to your home, to your home. This island of ours will surround you. The peace of the valley washed with dew. The spirit of the land will take you by the hand and walk beside you all along the strand. Tell me, when are you coming back to Ireland? Tell me, when are you coming back to me? It's been years since you've gone. I've been singing all along, calling you back to your home. Tell me, when are you coming back to Ireland? Tell me, when are you coming back to me? It's been years since you've gone. We've been singing all along, calling you back to your home, to your home. To your home, to your home, to your home, to your home. Nice job, boys. Yeah, that was a song that Andy and I played together a while back when Andy bought my home in Sugar Grove, my beautiful old, well, it's your home now. The beautiful old Judd home in Pressbury. It was built in 1847. And your violin is from 1850, so. I'm a couple of years shy of 1850, but anyhow, we had a nice little meeting in his living room, or in the dining room, which the acoustics in there are just wonderful. And they had called me because they wanted to hear more stories about the history of the house, and I knew a little bit, but I didn't know a lot. So I brought my guitar. I figured I'd sing for my supper instead. And that worked out very nicely because he picked up this beautiful violin and we played that song together. And here he is tonight. So welcome Andy Masters tonight. Thank you. So this is a song that my mother loved that we're going to do. I got to switch guitars for that because I'm liable to break a string when I got 12 of them. By the way, we have a wonderful place here that we're playing from. The acoustics are just great. We came in here and we practiced without any sound PA for a couple of practices, and it just sounds wonderful in here. And just imagine you turn up a little volume, and you don't need much, and it's just a beautiful place. So do what you can to support us here. We hope to open in June with some summer shows in Mundy Park. We have a beautiful park right next to us. The garage door opens, and it's a wonderful place to be. Right, Richie?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Best music around.
Sorry, that was my fault. These Irish songs tend to be tongue twisters, so I need a little water. Just a little quick tune here. I also want to thank the venue staff here. I want to thank Melissa Mercado, who is our executive director, and Sarah Garcia, our general manager, and Charlie Maiden running the video crew. And I don't know all the video crew here, but I know a couple of them, and it's great to see them tonight. So Bob and Jenny for sure, and Larry, and then Larry, our sound guy. So let's give a big hand for him. Woo, woo, woo. Sing along if you know it. There was a wild colonial boy, Jack Duggan was his name. He was born and raised in Ireland in a place called Castlemaine. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy. And dearly did his parents love that wild, colonial boy. At the early age of 16 years, he left his native home. And to Australia's shore, he was inclined to roam. He robbed the rich, he sheltered the poor, he shot James McAvoy. A terror to Australia was that wild colonial boy. Come on, Richie. One morning on the prairie, as Jackie rode along, I'm listening to the mockingbird singing a careful song. Out stepped a band of troopers, Kelly Davis and Fitzroy. They all set out to capture him, that wild colonial boy. Surrender now, Jack Duggan, for your number 3-1. Surrender in the meantime, for you're a plundering son. Jack drew 2 pistols from his belt, and he proudly waved them high. I'll fight, but not surrender, said that wild colonial boy. Come on, Andy. A shot at Kelly, which brought him to the ground. And turning round to Davis, he received a fatal wound. A bullet pierced his proud young heart from the pistol of Fitzroy. And that was how they captured him, the wild colonial boy. There was a wild colonial boy, Jack Duggan was his name. He was born and raised in Ireland at a place called Castlemaine. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy, and dearly did his parents the wild colonial You know, there's all kinds of Irish songs that were written about Australians and other folks. We're going to do one later that's called The Dutchman. And that was a very popular Irish song. So, anyhow, usually the Irish songs are typically, they're rebel songs, so they're about war and death and destruction. And then there's the songs about death that are about death and death. Then there's the songs about marriage that usually are about death, too. So, once in a while there's a sweet lullaby, and we'll play a couple of those in a couple of minutes. But we're still on the Raucous Irish track here. And this song is, well, that's for all you Finnegans out there. I know there's a lot of you Finnegans, so. Tim Finnegan lived on Walking Street, a gentle Irishman, mighty odd. He had a beautiful brogue, so rich and sweet. To rise in the world, they carried a heart. Got to get it just right. Now Tim was a sort of a tippling way. With a love for the liquor port, Tim was born. To help him out with the work each day, had a drop for the crather and every morn. Whack with it on, I'll dance to partner, well the glory trot. Wasn't it the truth? I told you, lots of fun at Finnegan's Way. One morning Tim's head rather full, his head felt heavy which made him shake. He fell from a ladder and he broke his skull, and they carried him home, his corpse away. They rolled him out in a nice clean sheet, laid him out upon the bed, with a barrel of porter at his feet and a gallon of whiskey at his head. Whack with it on, I'll dance your partner, well the floor your trot and shake. Wasn't it the truth? I told you, lots of fun at Finnegan's Way. His friends assembled at the wake, and Mrs. Finnegan called for lunch. First they brought him tea and cake, then pipe, tobacco, whiskey punch. Biddy O'Brien began to cry. Such a nice clean course did you ever see? Tim Memorial, why did I? Ah, how would your God, said Paddy McGay. Whack with it on, I'll dance your partner, well the floor your trot and shake. Wasn't it the truth? I told you, lots of fun at video games. And Maggie O'Connor took off the job. Oh, Biddy says she had her wrong, I'm sure. Betty gave her a belt to the gob and left her sprawling on the floor. Then the war to soon engage, woman to woman and man to man. Shillelagh law was all the rage, and a row and a ruction soon began. Whack with it on, now that's your partner, well the floor you're trying to sing. Wasn't it the truth? I told you, lots of fun at Finnegan's Way. Let's go, boys! Woo! One more time. His head and a gallon of whiskey flew at him. It missed and spattered on the bed. The liquor splattered over Tim. Timothy, boy, see how he rises. Timothy rising from the dead. Whirl your whiskey brown like blazes. Ton of a deal, you think I'm dead. Whack with it on, I'll dance your partner, well the floor you're trying to shake. Wasn't it the truth? I told you, lots of fun at Finnegan's Way. Whack with it on, I'll dance your partner, well the floor you're trying to shake. Wasn't it the truth? I told you, lots of fun at Finnegan's Way. Woo! So if you were depressed, hopefully you're out of that now. So this is interesting. I had this song going through my head, and we used to... Chevy, by the way, James Chevalier over here on the bass. You can get him on camera. Jim and I, for several years, played the Irish circuit together, and we have a lot of stories. Most of them involved bottles over heads and things like that. But we had this one gentleman who ran the Gaelic Park facility, and he didn't care much for music, which was kind of a problem because we were musicians, you know. And so every time we'd start to play a song, TJ'd come up and he'd say, "Will you turn it down, damn it, turn it down." And we're like, okay. And we were just like lip syncing, right, Chef? we're playing air guitar, and then, but after a while, we're like, the heck with this. We want to have fun ourselves. So we'd play a little bit. And then we got to the point where we really got a volume control thing going, because we'd be playing, we'd having a good time, everybody's jumping up and down and having a good time, and then TJ'd come out of the, so we'd go. As soon as TJ'd come out again. And as soon as he'd walk out the door. Anyhow, good old TJ. I think we outlived TJ, maybe. We'll hear about it. Put your comments about TJ on Facebook, please. But anyhow, so this is one of the songs that we used to do, Chevy and I. And then Andy just started playing the melody to this thing as he sat down. And he said, we're working on this in an orchestra. And by the way, Andy teaches at St. Charles North High School. And so he says, how about this one? And he starts playing the melody to this song. So we're going to do it together. It's another one with a lot of words in it. I'm going to take a little sip. Near Bridgetown of the county down one morning last July. From a boarding green came a sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her two bare feet to the sheet of her nut brown hair. Such a coaxing elf, sort of shook myself for to see I was really there. From Bantry Bay to the Dairy Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town, not a maid I see like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down. As she onward sped, sure I shook my head, and I looked with a feeling rare. And I says I to a passer-by, the maid with the nut brown hair. He smiles at me and pride, says he, she's a gem of Ireland's crown. Young Rose McCann of the banks of the Banff, she's a star of the county down. From Bantry Bay to the Dairy Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town, not a maid I've seen like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down. All right. Surely there, and I dress in my Sunday clothes, with my shoes shown bright and my hat cocked right for the blues of the buck brown road. No horse I yoke, no pipe I'll smoke, my rust will turn brown, till the smiling bride by her own far side, she's the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay on the Dairy Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town, not a maid I see like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down. From Bantry Bay to the Dairy Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town, not a maid I see like the brown Colleen that I met in the county down. I made the mistake of trying to learn the words from Van Morrison's version of that. You get a couple of in there.
That's on a good day.
Thank you. So there's another gentleman here that I want to introduce. That is Mr. Richard Van Ham over there with the green tie. Give him a hand for having a green tie, for crying out loud.
For me, mother.
And Richie's been my partner in crime for several years now.
20-some.
Over 20 years we've been making music together. Sounds kind of intimate, doesn't it?
And trouble.
We're both happily married now. Wrong instrument. See, it gets confusing for an old guy like me. Save that one for later for the rockers. This is another sweet gift from my wife. So this next song, we got a little twist in it. Actually, I played this song. I went to an Irish pub. I played in church on the Friday during the day. This was in Ballyferriter, Ireland. I played in church during the day because I got recruited by St. Bridget. That's what she called herself now. And she said to me, I walk in this church. This is the church that my family spent a lot of time in, my ancestors. And she says to me, she goes, you're a singer, aren't you? And I'd never laid eyes on this woman in my life. I said, well, as a matter of fact, I can sing a little bit. So she sat me down next to her, and she taught me the song that she wanted to sing. She only knew one song. God bless her, sweetheart. Well, maybe she made me to believe that, but I think she wrote the song, so that's what she wanted me to sing it. So anyhow, she invited me back to the church the next day, so we all piled in there, and I brought my guitar, and so we sang in church. And then that night, we went to the pub. And I was at the pub, and I sang one of my original songs. It was, just a session in a circle, and I sang one of my original songs. It wasn't the one I played a little while ago. It was a different one called Calling Me Down. And then then I sang another song. They said, well, sing another song. And I made the mistake of singing an Irish song. And they did not want an Irish song out of me. So after I sang it, they said, oh, that's very Hollywood now. So anyhow, what they wanted from me was the blues. They said, you're from Chicago, we want the blues. So I gave them the blues. So. But this is a song that I did sing that they didn't appreciate, but maybe you will tonight. And then this is for the Nagel family, because we have a little sweet little twist at the end for you all. For the Nagels in Ottawa, and scattered around as well. As I was sitting with jug and spoon on one fine morning in the month of June, a birdie sat on an ivy bunch, and the song he sang was a jug of punch. Turaluraloo, turaluralay, turaluraloo, turaluralay. A birdie sat on an ivy bunch, and the song he sang was a jug of punch. What more on earth can a man desire than to sit beside an 8-ale-house fire? And on his knees sits a pretty wench, and on the table a jug of punch. Turaluraloo, turaluralay, turaluraloo, turaluralay. And on his knees sits a pretty wench, and on the table a jug of punch. Come on, Richie. And when I'm dead and in my grave, no costly tombstone will I crave. Just lay me down in my native peat, with a jug of punch at my head and feet. Turaluraloo, turaluralay, turaluraloo, turaluralay. My native peat, with a jug of punch at my head and feet. Dress, my thoughts I confess, verge on dirty. Oh, come on, Just want to remind all the donations tonight go to the venue. A wonderful organization, the Fox Valley Music Foundation. All right. Let me see what I got here. I'm trying to conserve my guitars. So this is one of the sweet Irish lullabies. Although, kind of at the end, he just kind of say, well, I can find another. So, I don't know. If you wonder why the Irish in therapy, maybe. I want to give a big shout out to all my cousins, the Malones, the Nealons, the Sullivans, the O'Connors, the Kings. And I'll think of a few more, the Malones, of course. All right. Need a little gas here. What was that? We lost something there. That was a weird thing. I probably forgot a cousin. That's probably what that was all about. Oh, the summer time's a-comin', and the trees are sweetly bloomin', and the wild mountain thyme goes around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a bower near your young crystal fountain, and on it I will pile all the flowers of the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Come on, Andrew. My true love, she were gone, I would surely find another to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Sing it with me. And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the bloomin' heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go, lassie, go? Very sweet. Thank you, guys. Very sweet. Well, we go from very sweet to not so sweet. This is a song my brother taught me after he came back from Ireland. It was on the Deep Underground, this song. If you have children in front of you, cover their ears in this first verse, please. When I was young, I had a twist for punching babies with me fists, and so I thought I would enlist and join the British Army. Tooraloo, we're looking for monkeys up at the zoo, and if I had a face like you, I'd join the British Army. When I was young, I used to be the finest that you ever did say on the Prince of Wales. He says to me, come join the British Army. Tooraloo, we're looking for monkeys up at the zoo, and if I had a face like you, I'd join the British Army. Well, Sergeant Healy went away, left to Sweden the family way, and the only thing that she could say was blame the British Army. Tooraloo, we're looking for monkeys up at the zoo, and if I had a face like you, I'd join the British Army. Okay, let's go. With that fuss and leave the bones out in the net. I know for the coordinator knows I got in British Army. Tooraloo, we're looking for monkeys up the zoo, and if I had a face like you, I'd join the British Army. Jolly good time inside the British Army. Tooraloo, I made me mind up what to do. I'll write my ticket home to you, and I ain't the British Army. Woo. That was for you jiggers. Like to jig? You know, I took Irish dancing lessons. I was in the same class as Michael Flatley. And I'd like to say I taught him everything he knew, but you know that movie, My Left Foot? The Irish movie? I had 2 of those. So, this next song I would like to dedicate to someone very near and dear. Someone who's been quarantined for an entire year now. Sister Marion O'Connor. This one's for you. With the Adrian Dominicans up in Adrian, Michigan. We love you. Oh, Danny boy. The pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the flowers are dying. 'Tis you must go and I must buy. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow and all the valleys hushed and white with snow. Danny boy, I love you so. And when ye come with all the roses falling, and I am dead, as dead I may well be, for you will come and find the place I'm lying, and kneel and say, and I'll be there for me. And I shall hear the soft dew tread above me, and on my grave will warmer, sweeter be, and you will then tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. We were born before the wind. Oh, so younger than the sun. And our body both run as we sailed into the mystic. Hark now, hear those sailors cry. Smell the sea and feel the sky. Let our soul and spirit fly as we sail into the mystic. When that foghorn blows, Lord, I'll be coming home to you. That's right. Foghorn whistle blow. I wanna hear it. Don't need to fear it, 'cause I wanna rock your gypsy soul. Right on back to those days of old. And then magnificently our souls flow to the mystic. When that foghorn blows in, Lord, I'll be coming home to you. Foghorn whistle blow. I wanna hear it. Don't need to fear it, 'cause I wanna rock your gypsy soul. Right on back to those days of old. And together we were full as we sail into the mystic. Sail into the mystic. Sail into the mystic, yeah. Van Morrison. So we're going to move to we're going to keep moving towards the newer older ones, or the newer old ones. I'm going to switch to the mandolin. I want to remind you that all donations go to the venue tonight, so please donate. Let's keep the doors open to this beautiful music club. We've gotten a little help along the way from many, many, many of you, including many government agencies have helped us out, too, to stay open. The City of Aurora has been great. The federal government has been amazing. The Dunham Foundation, the Community Foundation, the King County Foundation that's responsible for the Grand Victoria River Grant. Your donations have been extraordinary. Some of you have been extremely generous. So let's keep the music alive in the Fox Valley. Chokes me up to talk about it. All right. Need a little wetting of the whistle. Sorry about the bad brogue that kind of comes and goes. It's a force of habit. Gets me in the mood. I need to have a good steady position here for this one. Well, I took a stroll down the old long walk of a day, and I met a girl and she stopped to talk. On a soft fine day, and I asked your friend, what's a fella to do? 'Cause her hair was black and her eyes were blue. And I took her hand and I gave her a twirl, and was all till palmed with the Galway girl. Soft day, and I asked your friend, what's a fella to do? 'Cause her hair was black and her eyes were blue. I took her hand and I gave her a twirl, and I lost my heart to the Galway girl. That's right. Broken heart and a ticket home. Now I ask you now, tell me what would you do? 'Cause her hair was black and her eyes were blue. And I traveled around all over the world, but I never found the answer to the Galway girl. Didn't want to do that in your ear. It's a Steve Earle song. God bless Steve Earle. All righty, so we're kind of moving up in time now. think we're on 1940 now. No. So, by the way, the second to the last live gig that was held here at the venue was the Empty Oak Can Band. We did a similar Irish show. And so it's nice. This is going to open it back up, right? Right? Crew? Right? There we go. I heard in the back. All right. Let me give a little volume here. Is it getting better? Do you feel the same? Is it getting any easier on you now? I got someone to blame. Red is one love, one life, one need in the night. One for each other, sister, brother. Did I disappoint you? Leave a bad taste in your mouth? Like you never had love. You want me to go without? Well, it's too late tonight to drag our past out into the light. Whoa, but we're not the same. We gotta carry each other, carry each other. That's right. You come to raise the dead. You come here to play Jesus. Nipples in your head. Did I ask too much? More than a lot. You gave me nothing, now that's all I've got. One, but we're not the same. Carry each other, do it again, yeah. Love is a temple, love the higher law. Love is a temple, love the higher law. You asked me to enter, then you make me grow, and I can't keep holding little U2 for you two. I hope the O'Learys and the Burnett's are out there. Here's a little song for you. Gypsies. Mushering, dama do dama da. Whack for the daddy-o. Whack for the daddy-o. There's whiskey on the gyro. And I took all of his money. It was a pretty penny. Well, I took all of his money and I brought it home to Molly. Oh, she swore that she loved me, swore she'd never leave me. But the devil take that woman, you know her drink me easy. Hush around, dama do dama day. Whack for the daddy-o. Whack for the daddy-o. There's whiskey on the gyro. Come on. Some men like the fowling, and other men like to hear those cannonballs roaring around me. I like sleeping, especially in my Molly's chamber. But here I am in prison. Here I am with a ball and chain now. Mushering, dama do dama da. Little Thin Lizzy for you rockers out there. We're going to rock it. You know, when I try to get Sister Marion out, we already call it a jailbreak when we get Sister Marion out of the convent for dinner. She'd sing that, tonight there's going to be a jailbreak. Nuns on the loose. Right, sister? God love you. So this song kind of inspired that song I wrote. This song is it's actually made popular by a guy named Christy Moore. I don't know if the Bon and Doyles are out there. If there's a way for me to tangle things up, by the way, I will. If the Bon and Doyles are out there, the old Aries and the O'Briens, they're big fans of the... sounds a little loosey-goosey, but it's working. They're big fans of Christy Moore, and anyhow, he made this song popular. His brother wrote the song, though. There's the trivia. And many of you know him as Luca Bloom. But the minute I heard this song, it touched my heart, and you'll know why when I sing it. In the city of Chicago, as evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. Sorry. 1847 was the year it all began. Deadly pangs of hunger drove 1 million from the land. They journeyed not for glory, their motive wasn't greed. A voyage of survival across the stormy sea. To the city of Chicago, evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. Well, some of them knew fortune and some of them knew fame, but more of them knew hardship and died upon the plains. They spread throughout the nation, they rode the railroad cars, shared the songs and music to ease their lonely hearts. To the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. To the city of Chicago, as the evening shadows fall, there are people dreaming of the hills of Donegal. Christy Moore and Luca Bloom. Actually, Barry Moore is Luca Bloom's real name. Now I give you some trivia. Okay, I keep hopping back and forth, I know. I have the grace of a ballerina, by the way. Which one do I have now? Oh, cool. So this song is for my mother-in-law she had a couple hospital stays lately. But we believe she's on the mend. And she may not be tuning in tonight, but we're going to play this show for her. By the way, you can come back and see this again or share it with friends. It'll stay up on YouTube and on the Facebook site for quite a while, so I don't know exactly how long, but forever, that's what I heard, ever, forever, ever, and ever. So you can share it. Anyhow, this song is for Carol, my other mom. Although, unfortunately, this is going to require some tuning, I think, and if it's on a 12-string, that means you'll probably get a story. So this song was written by a guy named Michael Smith, who unfortunately passed away this year due to COVID, and it was made popular by a guy named Steve Goodman. Now, how it became popular in Ireland, I'm not sure, but it became very popular in Ireland too. And we were here at the venue this summer, and we did a tribute to John Prine and Steve Goodman, which was just wonderful. And I hope we can do it again. It was with Dave Vermont, Dave Nelson, Chevy, and Rich. Or Rich was not there, but Chevy was there. And the pawn shop horns. So it was a lot of fun. Now, we did not record that one, so we're just going to have to do it again. So. It's called The Dutchman. Well, the Dutchman's not the kind of man who keeps his sum jammed in the dam that holds his dreams in. That's a secret that only Margaret knows. Amsterdam is golden in the summer. Margaret brings him breakfast. She believes him. He thinks the tulips grow beneath the snow. He's mad as he can be. Margaret only sees that sometimes. Sometimes she sees her unborn children in his eyes. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. The Dutchman still wears wooden shoes. His cap and coat are patched with the love that Margaret's sold there. Sometimes he thinks he's still in Rotterdam. Well, he watches the tugboats down canal. Calls out to them when he thinks he knows the captain. Till Margaret comes to take him home again, through unforgiving streets that trip him. Though she holds his arm, sometimes he thinks he's alone, and he calls her name. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembers that for me. Well, the seasons whirl, the windmills round. She winds his muffler tighter, and they sit in the kitchen. tea with whiskey keeps away the dew. Ellie sees her for a moment, calls her name. She makes a bet of singing some old love song. A song Margaret learned when it was very new. He hums a line or two. They sing together in the dark. The Dutchman falls asleep and Margaret blows the candle. Let us go to the banks of the ocean, where the walls rise above the Zuyder Zee. Long ago, I used to be a young man, and dear Margaret remembered. She remembers that for me. Nice, boys. I felt like I was floating down the canal on that one. Perfect. So we're going to end up now. We got one last, we got a mashup number, I call it. Got two together. I want to thank the venue for having us here in the Fox Valley Music Foundation. Thanks to Melissa and Sarah and Bill and Gina and Steve and Kevin and Karen and Jeannie. And I hope I didn't forget anybody that are on the board that help us out tremendously here. And to our great crew with Charlie and family, Charlie Maton and family, and Bob, and Carol and Ted and Alice, and just joking. But we are a lot of volunteers. That's what this place is about. It's about all volunteers. We all work together, and we make it happen. And we have a few paid staff folks. And last but not least, I want to thank Larry Zimmer for doing an outstanding job tonight. It sounds good up here. Hopefully it sounds good to you at home. And I want to thank you all so much, we do, for tuning in. So we are the Irish Mystics, newly formed for this occasion. So now we're going to go out with a bang. I've seen Glenn Hansard play, and he loves to get the crowd to sing this song. So please, by all means, sing along. If I haven't picked this one up in a while, I'm going to take a little quick tune here. So bear with me. This is a beautiful guitar that my lovely wife Lynn gave me recently. It's a hybrid acoustic electric, and it's got the whammy bar. How about that for cool, huh? All righty. I didn't plug this in yet, did I?
No. Watch the mandolin.
By the way, it always helps men to stick their belly out when they're trying to do something serious. The COVID belly. It was only a matter of time before it come out. God bless y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've made some donations. And if you didn't, don't worry about it. It's all about helping other people, and we hope you enjoyed the music tonight. And don't feel obliged by any means. This is a song made famous by the Pogues. I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town. Dirty old town. The clouds are drifting across the moon. Cats are prowling on their beat. Springs a girl from the streets at night. Dirty old town. dirty old town. Come on, Richie, let's hear it. Heard a siren from the docks. Saw a train set the night on fire. I smelled the spring, thank the Lord, on the smoky wind. Dirty old town, dirty old town. Come on, Andy, tell us how dirty it is. Sharp axe, shining steel, tempered in the fire. I'll chop you down like an old dead tree. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. No, I will be loosened by the bonds that hold me fast, and the chains hung all around me will fall away at last. And I'll let fly, baby. I will take thee in my hand. I will ride on that train. I will be the fisherman with the light in my head. You in my arms, light in my head. With the Irish Mystics, Richie Van Ham on the harmonica, Chevy on the bass, Andy Masters on the fiddle. I'm David Sean Glynn, and thank you so much for coming out tonight. It was a pleasure to have you. Tell your friends.